Hey, welcome back to the second video, or maybe still the first video. It's been a fun day. If you haven't seen the first video, please check that one out before checking this one out, as we did the first half of Cedar Point's winter chill out. Now we're going to move into the second half, and with that, it's not just me today. It's also Super Dude and Little Dude, and we are here to have some fun. So let's go check out the second half of the park. Normally this area is bustling, usually with stage shows, sounds of Iron Dragon going as it comes around the corner, Corkscrew, Millennium Force, the sound of the train off in the distance. But today you can hear the hum of a heater, and that's it. Seagull here or two. That sound's always welcome. Don't know what that sound was. Normally, the loudest coaster in the park, the Rougarou, today is Dormant. It's so interesting to see just the coaster cars just sitting here. Obviously they have tarps over them. They're just sitting here, waiting for warmer times. And obviously Millennium Force's lift hill. We'll visit that soon, as that's on our agenda today. But for now, we're gonna check out the Boneville fire scene. I can hear the sounds of it now. If you look closely, you can see the railroad tracks. This is where the railroad normally goes. We're on our way to see the Boneville fire scene up close. Normally there's a loud siren playing. I can hear it now. I've done this many times. I'll put a link to our ride down below. Fun look at Millennium Force you don't normally get. And the brake run to Rougarou. So for Frontier Town, what's cool about it being at Cedar Point is that it's quiet. Often the most quiet part of the park. And today, it sounds just like everywhere else in the park. It's pretty cool. It's awesome to see with the snow. Really look and feel like you stepped into a different time. On our way to Millennium Force's first drop. Just another one of the behind the scenes things offered by Cedar Point here today. It's been awesome. Normally very off limits area, but here we are right next to the track of Millennium Force, right under the first drop. Hidden over here under Millennium Force's first drop is one old Wildcat car. This is the coaster that used to be here, and first Schwarzkopf I ever rode. Pretty cool to see it here in the snow. Fun fact that most of us didn't know riding Millennium Force is that this is stored away underneath. Awesome. So this is the lowest part of the first drop of Millennium Force. Normally this area is fenced off so people can't get hurt. But today, no coasters are going. Such a cool sight. So what'd you just do?
I touched Millennium.
We're right over there in the low spot. Did you get a chance to touch it too?
Yep.
How cool. Can't wait to ride it.
It looks really small, like it goes down close to the ground.
Yeah, I'd say about 7 feet off the ground.
Only adults can touch it.
Yeah.
Like without jumping.
Wanted to pause for a second here and talk a little bit about Forbidden Frontier. At our Q&A session we went to, they brought up Forbidden Frontier and said that not only will it be coming back in 2021, but it will also have extra inhabitants on the island compared to years past. So that should be a fun video that we can do in the future. But till then, we'll just imagine what they're working on. And if you look over here, you can also see some of the buildings that they're working on for the new water ride that we'll be talking about soon. Fun look at Maverick while it's frozen. Such a cool spot to be as the train is running. Wonder how much traction these cars would get in the snow. Fortunately, they're not running today, so we won't know. Still pretty cool to see. And right next to Cedar Creek Mine Ride. So if you came here in 2020, probably know this area well if you were trying to get access passes. There's access passes for both Steel Vengeance and Maverick would line up over in this area. And in our Q&A session, they said they hope to do away with those this year because they were not, as much as we were not fans of it, neither were they. But they're still waiting to see what they can do because just how many people come to this great park specifically for these great coasters. Hopefully this is as cool as it sounds. We're going to go in the Maverick launch tunnel. One thing I noticed while looking at this is that the launch is at an upward angle, and I always assumed it was flat. That is pretty cool. Things I didn't know yesterday. Boys touching a coaster. That's pretty cool. So an update on Steel Vengeance. that they gave us at our Q&A session today was that they're updating the personal items policy yet again. I know it's been a hot button issue in the coaster community and Cedar Point fandom. With that said, the change that they're making sounds like some things that Universal has done in the past, where they're going to be adding lockers just inside of Steel Vengeance that will be free for the time that you are on the ride, and it'll be not a lot of space, but enough to hold like a wallet and keys, a cell phone, so that you don't have to pay for a locker when you come on Steel Vengeance, unless obviously if you have a bag or whatnot you will. But that is a cool update, having myself had to scramble to try and find a locker as quickly as possible just so you can get on in time for your access pass to work. Now that'll be a thing of the past. So good job, Cedar Point. Can't wait to see how it works in the future. And of course, the train tracks. We're gonna go check out the Frontier Town First Aid Station. Fun fact, we've been here before for Little Dude, and the other first aid station we had to go to for Super Dude. I've never had to go, but they've made me go. The sounds this lift hill makes. I just love the sound of this classic aero coaster when you're walking through this part of the park. Another behind the scenes area gets as close to my two favorite hills of Steel Vengeance. That non-banked and then the outer banked one. Just an awesome combination. Here in the paint shop, it looks like they're touching up some of the horses from the carousel. Oh my God, this place is huge. Some of the Boneville residents. Oceana. Sure do love miniatures, and this is the place where we used to visit and watch dolphins as a kid. That was a lot of fun. Ocean Motion used to be right next to it. Mean Streak sign, that's fun. And a Blue Streak sign that's not used anymore. It's a little creepy, them having you walk through all these skeletons. All the residents of Boneville in one place. It's fun too, don't get me wrong. Some fun parts of the haunt are here for us to enjoy. You guys want to get your picture with him? No? Yeah, pretty cool. Here's some beavers from the new boat ride. That's pretty cool. This one has pancakes on its tail. One trigger. Oh, there it goes. That's a lot of fun. This thing blowing on me clearly is stated to go to Snake River Expedition. So that's fun. This originally looked like a old-time cigarette, and now with modern technology, it looks like a Looks like we get to walk under Steel Vengeance. I didn't know that when I spoke earlier. That's all right. How close we're getting to my two favorite hills. This is so great. We're gonna get to walk underneath them. So cool. This is very cool. Being in the middle of Steel Vengeance's bowl area. It's pretty cool. So from my second favorite coaster, Steel Vengeance, walking away, we get a look at my favorite coaster, Magnum. It's been around for 30 plus years, and I still love it. Remember the first ride on it, it was that awesome. I think it's the closest we're gonna get to it today, but it definitely deserves some love. A rare sound in this area because music is playing. Good old Pipe Scream, Lake Erie Eagles, a Monster, and of course, Top Thrill Dragster. Where's Gemini? I can't believe I forgot to mention Gemini. Such an amazing park with so many things to do. I believe this will be the future sign for the Snake River Expedition. They have a target opening day of May 29th. We'll see if they make it. I believe that is the building where you will wait or board the ride. And for some wayfinding so you guys know where it is, it's near Camp Snoopy, back near Gemini, right past Magnum, and across the way from one of our favorite restaurants, the Backbeat Q. Speak from back here because it's crowded up there. Try and get some video. This is a hydraulic room for Top Thrill Dragster. So try and take some pictures and video and see what that looks like inside. Pretty cool. Let's go take a look.
I'm not sure what the actual power rating is on the motor. This thing runs somewhere around 10,000 horsepower. It takes about 50 seconds to fill this thing with a 500 horsepower pump, and 3.5 seconds to empty it out of water.
Those work on a planetary or those drive to the
There's not really planetary, they're just pinning gears and a main gear on the inside.
Okay.
Have you been in the main shop?
Yeah.
You see that real big gear? That's out of this gearbox.
Okay.
So all those times walking past that building, I had no idea how big the insides were. I'll have a newfound respect for just these billboards that are trying to hide the gearbox for that launch system, which is just huge. But again, you need that when you have what used to be the tallest coaster in the world. King Ka may have taken it over, but not by much. Pretty cool. Obviously it's not running today, so I'll do my best impression. Arms down. Arms down. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. The expert do it. What does it say again?
Arms down, head back, and hold on.
Rum, rum, rum. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. Can't wait to get back on it. We're about to walk under Corkscrew. Fun fact, when this is built, it was the tallest coaster. It was the first one to go upside down 3 times. And the first one was an inversion that we would become to known as the loop-de-loop. I know its days are numbered because of how old it is, But it is such an iconic piece of history, and it is so cool that you still get to walk under it. And it's fun to look up and see people as they are enjoying these inversions. As we make our way back to the front, we have two things that we still have to do in the park. Two experiences. Then we have two experiences out of the park. One of which is brand new to this year. So excited for that. It's about 1:15. And I will tell you that the sun is out. And while it is still cold, it is not as miserable as it was at the beginning of the day. And I heard some workers speaking earlier, and they said that the last time that there was this cold and snow here for Winterfest was in 2015. And in fact, last year in 2020, had they done it, they said it would have been 70 degrees. They might have done it, but they said it would have been 70 degrees. So quite a big difference. I'm fairly certain that this is where the chicken tenders from lunch were. Will be served at the corral, which they put here last year, but I don't know how many people got a chance to try it. Again, here's where their legacy walk is, where you can spend money to buy a brick, and I don't know how long they're going to have it here. I don't remember what the exact number of years are, but you could put your family's name at Cedar Point in the form of a brick. Not sure we'll be able to speak inside. One of the last few things we have to do is the Jack Aldrich Theater. I don't know if I've ever been in here. Let's go inside and take a look.
You know, it's right by the entrance. People don't usually come back this way after they come in, and so they pass.
So they were saying that 30 performers change into 76 different costumes in here. And I did ask, we are allowed to film. Now this stage doesn't have much backstage to it. This is one of 3 sit-down theaters that they have. And I've never taken time to check that out at Cedar Point. I think we'll change that this year. There's the boys. Makeup rooms. And there steps down. Pretty cool.
I'm not exactly sure. Mike, do you know how many people the Cedar holds?
If you come here, the seats on the very side have an obstructed view. So keep that in mind as you're moving towards the front. That if you sit all the way over here, you're not going to get the full show. It's warming up. The boys started to take off parts of their clothing. Was that cool going inside that theater? Yeah. All right, one more stop in the park. We got to go check and see what the shopping's like today. Quick walkthrough. Very busy in here. We're running low on time. This is the main shop, including some pins that are be limited time only. 500 each. These are pretty cool. Just a quick overview. Love the Ferris wheel. All right, I think our next stop is going to be outside the park. So here we go, we're leaving the park. We have 2 more places to go. So join us. One of them we are going to walk to, it's here in the parking lot. And then we have a total of an hour from now to get in our car and drive down the causeway to a new adventure that they added for this year. So we'll see what happens. We've had a fun day so far. Let's see what these last 2 things look like. Mostly over there, you see one of the Snake River expedition boats. We're walking up to the maintenance building out here on the lake. Excuse us. All right, let's see what's going on inside.
Yeah, they're filled.
This is one of our attractions.
Yeah, right. We'll do one for sure.
You guys excited to ride Snake River Expedition?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, those boats. So what he said was that they were made for Cedar Point. All the animatronics were made for Cedar Point by Cedar Point. So that's cool. And then you're going to have a captain and then your river expedition guide who's going to talk to you and kind of guide you along. But the captain is actually driving the boat. It is a trackless ride here at Cedar Point. So that should be fun. Can't wait to check that out on May 29th. All right, so now we gotta book it.
Or we're not.
Current time is 10:39, and we got the Amazement shop, which is new to this year. So let's go check that out. We're gonna drive over there. So next time we see you, we will not be in Cedar Point, but we'll be on a property off-site that Cedar Point owns. All right, so here we are at our last thing: Creative Studio and Amazement shop tour. And for some wayfinding, we are not in Cedar Point anymore. We're instead right across the way from Castaway Bay and Quaker Steak and Lube, right off the causeway. So let's go in and see what happens. I'm ready to be amazed. Are you guys? Yeah?
The bunnings and stuff like that, we changed out the bunnings from the 150th to CP Jordan or CP Nights, which would be like the 4th of July, Maverick flag. And we leave those up and then we'll go into the family. It doesn't get that cold. You might have it where it gets cold, but
So much stuff in
but
here.
it's not off the book. Yeah, you know, everyone.
Little dude attempting to sit in the queen's chair. Is it comfy? Yeah? That's cool. Did you want to join him, Super Dude? Is that a no?
Reason why? It's a queen's chair.
It is a queen's chair. So I found some of the carriages for the Ferris wheel. They've come a long way.
Oh, I thought these were for the
We have Wicked Twister and part of the Rougarou over there. I think that's the Matterhorn. No, not the Matterhorn. I can't remember what that one's called. It's right across from Top Thrill Dragster. So many rides at Cedar Point, it's hard to keep track. So this is a ride. I don't remember which one. Which ride is this?
I think it's a movie.
Yeah.
Like one of the movies.
Yeah. So this is the paint shop. And fun fact, my mom used to teach art at both middle school and high school back when I was a kid. And I would go visit her at work on those teacher days. And this building smells exactly like what her art studio smelled like. So it's a fun trip down memory lane, even though I've never been in this building before. It definitely smells that certain art room aroma. We get up to our last building. We have another one of the cars to that ride that none of us can remember the name. We'll have to look that up when we get home. And we'll put it down below.
Welcome to the Amazement Shop. This is where all So everybody's like, oh, the ride's broken. It's like, no, aren't really the ride.
Look at an old Mean Street coaster. We found out that this is called Super Himalayan. Should have known that. It's a Super Himalayan. Our goal this summer is to ride in car 3. But we know that one's been fixed. I assume this is a joke what they put up for today. But we'll see. It does say footer install date 3/1/21. That's just a couple weeks away. We'd be able to see by then. I don't know. See what happens. I don't believe it. It's pretty small plot of land there. I think they're just having fun with us.
So we know where better.
Got the Rougarou and the Raptor over here. I believe that's the baseball swing ride.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because there's baseballs over there. You've been on that. Here's a look at the refurbishment of the ride chassis for the Cedar Downs. We learned here that ride will be 100 years old this year. One of the most complicated rides here at Cedar Point. One of 3 left in existence. Cool. Hey, so that's going to be the end of our day here. We had a lot of fun. We learned a lot. Did a lot of things, went a lot of places you don't normally get to go. Learned a lot about Cedar Point and its 150-year history. So, what did you guys think? Was it worth our time?
Yes.
Was it for a good charity?
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. All right, so hey, let's wave goodbye to everyone. And thank you, and as always, please like and subscribe so you can see more videos like this.